Hello all, welcome to BISPtrainings.com. My name is Amit and today we are going to see how to design advanced Obiee reporting. So in today's case study we are going to talk about how to do product type benchmarking. The requirement is pretty interesting. So many of time your business would like to compare one product with respect to another product. Okay, they would like to do a benchmarking. In this example we are going to do the similar kind of requirement. There's a product type called LCD. The business would like to compare how other products are performing with respect to my product type LCD. So in terms of revenue and in terms of build quantity. I've shown over here three different views. There are two graph view which talk about product type in my y-axis, and x-axis you see we are looking by showing the revenue percentage. So product type LCD is 100%. All the product above that performing better than product type LCD, and the product which are marked with a different color are below than product type LCD. In a similar fashion, in terms of revenue, in terms of build quantity, I shown over here. There's another tabular view I display which talk about product type, benchmarking by revenue, and benchmark by build quantity. So exactly the formula, what's the formula is, and then we see how to solve it in Obiee. In order to find the benchmark, this formula we are going to see. We'll see the revenue of all revenue for the respective product line, product type like camera, audio, divide by, we'll find the maximum revenue for product type LCD. Because we would like to see this in terms of percentage, we will multiply by 100. This is the respective formula with respect to Obiee. We would see the revenue and divide by maximum revenue of product type LCD and multiply by 100. This is product benchmarking by revenue. In a similar fashion, we are going to find the benchmark by build quantity. So formula remains same. Rather than revenue, we use over here build quantity. Product line build quantity divide a maximum product line product type LCD multiply by 100. This is a respective formula. And we'll make this analysis more interesting by adding a dynamic scaling. So I like to draw a line over here which says the product which are performing, which are doing more than average or below average. Let's start doing it. In this example, I'm going to use sample sales. There's an Oracle pre-built virtual machine, and I'll be using over here product type. First column I'll be using over product type, and second column I like to draw my revenue and quantity, which you find under base fact, revenue and build quantity, right? Before we process further, let's see the output as of now. So I have a product type and the revenue and build quantity, right? Now I would like to compare all the product with respect to product type LCD. So I'm going to modify this formula over here, and I say revenue divide by, I'll have a maximum revenue of product type LCD. So I write case statement, case when product type equals to LCD because the string I'll put in a single quotes, then find the maximum of revenue. Case statement close with and then multiply by 100 so that it turns out to be in terms of percentage. I would call this benchmark by revenue, and I folder name I give as benchmarking. Similarly, I do the same thing. I do exactly the same thing. Divide by case when I apply maximum of build quantity, case when product type equals to LCD then we'll take the maximum value of build quantity. The case statement is closed with AND, and we multiply by 100 in order to find the percentage. So I say benchmark by percent. By benchmarking by build quantity. I make a same folder name. So I got a benchmarking by revenue by quantity. Okay, build quantity. I'll have correct the spelling over here. Okay, now let's test this. This is a basic report. You see, I'll sort by benchmark by revenue, and you find it over here meaningful analysis. So my product LCD has got 100%, and all the product coming above performing better than LCD. All the product displaying below they're performing lower than LCD in terms of revenue and build quantity. To make it more meaningful, I'll do a conditional formatting and highlight product type equals to 100, product type LCD. So you can go to a column formatting and go to edit formula. Here go to column properties, and under conditional formatting I'll add a condition over here on revenue. If it is equals to 100, I would like to highlight by red border. I mean, you can choose any kind of formatting you want. You can change background color, foreground, or whatever you want. I like to highlight over here by red border. Right, and all the product appearing below that I like to underline by red, yellow color, and above by green color. So product which have values greater than 100, I would like to display them with a green color. You can use a background color, font, whatever you want. So I select background color and display them a green, which represent that these products are performing better than product type LCD. And the product which perform below 100, less than 100, I'll display them with a yellow color. Background type, display with a yellow type. You can choose the color, font, format is up to the way you like it. I'll save it, name it as benchmark, product line benchmark. Okay, and save it in your folder under my analysis. See this? This is pretty nice. This is for all the product doing better than LCD, the product which are doing lower than LCD in terms of performance. You do the same thing with respect to your revenue, do the same thing with respect to your build quantity. Correct. So I added a conditional formatting with respect to my revenue and build quantity. Now we'll make it more meaningful. I'll add a graph over here, horizontal bar chart, and we'll display this as per our requirement. So I'll add another view over here called graph. I'll use a horizontal bar graph, and by default I'll take both the measures. I'll remove one of the measure, exclude the measure. First I'll display by build quantity, so I'll drag and output into my excluded section. I like to display this along with my table, so I'll just reduce the size of it. Go to edit option, properties, scaling, and change the size of it. Make it smaller. Canvas width 300 around I have given. Now I'll drag and drop and place beside my tabular view to make it meaningful. The same thing I do by benchmarking by revenue and benchmarking by build quantity. Right, so I add another view, another graph, a bar graph, horizontal, and here I use build quantity. Edit this, exclude revenue, so it turns out to build quantity. And again, smaller the size of it, make it 300. Go to property section, change the canvas width to 300. So we can accommodate both graphs and tabular view in one window. Right, this is pretty nice. Now here I do something additional. I'll draw a line over here which says what products are doing better than revenue, what products are doing, their performance is below revenue product type LCD, and what are the product where performance better than product type LCD. Right, so let's create a dynamic scaling. Now I like to draw a dynamic scaling over here which says that all the products which are above, I like to highlight them. So I like to draw a line over here and display the product which are performing better than average and lower than average. Right, so we can have a scaling. Modify, edit your chart. Under property section, there is a scale option. If you want static scaling, you can give a number over here. Right, but we want a dynamic scaling. So what we do, static scaling you can do over here, click on plus. I would like to highlight all those which are above 100. So I say LCD above 100, the position is 100. I can type over here and display with red color in case you want static. Okay, and click OK. So you see a line has drawn over here which says 100, and the product which are above 100 like audio camera shown over here explicitly. There is static scaling. We can do a dynamic as well. So in order to do dynamic scaling, we can have multiple ways. We can use variable, we can use SQL query, we can use column. So I add a column over here. So what I do, I'll add another column. I just drag and drop and like to highlight with an average. So I go copy this formula and I'll take an average of it. Edit formula. I paste over here and make it average. And I draw the average line. I call over here average. I just use an average. Average by revenue and average by build quantity. Once again I copy this formula, average by revenue and average by build quantity. Drag and drop, build quantity over here, edit formula, paste your formula, write average, change the heading, average by build quantity. That's it. Now we don't want to display these two values into my tabular view, neither I want to display them in a graph. So by default the newly added column go to your excluded section. I would like to use this column to draw a line. So go to edit section, edit, and again go to properties, go to benchmarking, scale marker, and once again I add another benchmark with average. And this time I'll not use the position as a static, rather than I click on this option, customize scale marker, and use a column value. The name of the column is over here average. Column name, or I could write a SQL query here as well. I click once again add, put it average over here. I got additional average and position. I change the value, column formula. This one is second one, which is average. The second column is average, and display with a different color, green. So dynamic line has drawn over here, right? You can even highlight this line with a dark pixel and all. You can change it. So I could see over here this line, and all the product above average are being shown. For example, accessories is far below than average, and my product like fix is very close to average. This kind of statistical analysis business would like to know. Right? So this is all about how to create a benchmarking with respect to specific product line and create a dynamic scaling. Today I'm going to stop over here. Keep watching more videos. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. In a subsequent channel, I'm going to show you more statistical example about advanced Obiee reporting. Thanks for watching this video and have a good day.